Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello, good morning students. Welcome to chemistry online classes. Today we are going to discuss about haloalkanes and haloarenes, some NEET and JEE topics related to this particular. Okay, let us start with this particular haloalkanes and haloarenes. Second PUC topic. This. Okay. In this one of the very important section is SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Find the reaction whether it is SN1 or whether it is SN2. How to find whether that reaction is SN1 or SN2, that is very important. Understood? For example, I will explain in a short brief that how that SN1 alkyl halide RX. This X is a halogen that removed in this particular and it forms carbocation, understood, R plus, and nucleophile attacks to this particular R plus, nucleophile attacks to this R plus is nothing but a carbocation and it forms nucleophile R, this is back attack. And another product like this also possible. If nucleophile can attack from front side, also this nucleophile can attack from back side. It is possible. Understood? To that carbocation, nucleophile can attack from back side or front side. If it is attacked from back side, then you are getting this product, nucleophile substituted R. And if it is from front side, you are getting this one. Understood? Okay. And here is the very important thing is in this one carbocation formation takes place in SN1 reaction. This is SN1 mechanism. SN1. So here there is a possibility of forming back attack product or front attack product. Understood? So D and L configuration is possible. So it is called racemic mixture. Racemic mixture. Racemic mixture. Okay. When we discuss about SN2 mechanism, in this actually RH react with the nucleophile attack from backside like this and it form a intermediate step. This is actually intermediate step. Partial bond formation, partial bond breaking. Correct? No. This leaving group try to leave from this particular halogen X. Understood? Same time nucleophile bond that is called a transition state. Transition state. And after that transition state it gives actually back attacked product. Back attacked product. From back side nucleophile attack from back side because already front side X is there, leaving group is there. It is not possible from attacking from front side because there is no formation of carbocation in SN2 mechanism. But in case of SN1 mechanism, what happens? There is a formation of carbocation, so this nucleophile can attack from back and front, so it forms a racemic mixture. But in this case, it come and attack from back side and it forms intermediate state is nothing but a transition state, and this product actually, in this one you can see inversion of configuration. Here compound is like this, get inverted, compound configuration get inverted. Understood? So this is inversion configuration, inversion product. Here if you are getting same product, then it is called retention product. Retention product. Retention. You are retaining the structure because here X is here at the front side. If nucleophile also attack from front side only, you are getting product from like this front product, then it is called retention configuration. If the nucleophile attack from back side and you are getting a different product and reactant is different, then it is called inversion product. Inversion product. This two is very important. This is the first note. And the second note is for this one, note 2. For SN1 mechanism, carbocation formation takes place. Carbocation. In this, weak nucleophile attacks. Weak nucleophile attacks. Nucleophile means one which having electron rich. One which electron rich compound is called nucleophile. Understood? Weak nucleophile attacks to this particular carbocation. And SN2 reaction, transition state formation takes place. Transition state. So what happens? And strong nucleophile attacks to this particular. Strong nucleophile. Okay, for example, for weak nucleophile, example, ROH, water, etc. And strong nucleophile example, SH, cyanide, SH minus, cyanide minus, and iodine minus. These are example for strong nucleophile. Remember this ROH, understood? ROH in alcohol or water, that is called weak nucleophile. Strong nucleophile means sulfide, sulfur SH, and cyanide Cn minus, and iodide I minus. These are so by seeing this particular reagents, you can identify whether it is SN1 reaction or SN2 mechanism. Understood? No doubt. Okay, students, next note 3. In this actually, note 3, in SN1 reaction, which one favors most? Tertiary carbocation favors most, then secondary, then primary. Tertiary carbocation means carbocation attacks to three different carbon, like this. Secondary means carbocation is attached to two different carbon. Primary means carbocation attacks to one different carbon. Understood? So if tertiary carbocation is there, reaction is more. SN1 reaction is more. Okay. In SN2 reaction, it is reverse. Primary carbocation reaction is primary carbon is more reaction. There is no carbocation formation. Secondary carbon is more reaction. Secondary carbon, primary carbon means imagine this is actually primary carbon. This carbon is attached to this is leaving group. Understood? This carbon is attached to single carbon, and if that okay, this carbon is attached to two carbon. This is secondary carbon. Understood? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Secondary carbon. Understood? So in this case, SN2 primary carbon having more reactivity compared to secondary carbon compared to tertiary carbon. Understood? Please note down, this is one of the very important point here. Understood? And one more important point is this is nucleophile and attached to alkyl halide, and this is halogen. This is called transition state. I explained, correct? No. Suppose any electron withdrawing group is attached to this particular electron withdrawing group is attached to this particular. What happens? Electron cloud from this nucleus and all attracted towards which side? Electron withdrawing group. For example, COH, this is aldehyde group, is an electron withdrawing group. Imagine this is electron withdrawing group is attached to this one. What happens? This actually comes here and this bond breaks. This bond breaks, and this electron is there here, nucleophile, and okay, this bond breaks. At that time what happens? Here to here attraction towards this bond, get attracted towards which side? Electron withdrawing group. So easily you can separate this chloride. Easily you can separate chloride means it favors what? It favors SN2 reaction. That means this electron get attracted toward this side and get delocalized, in the sense this electron withdrawing group attracts this bond towards itself and chloride easily separated, and it favors which one? SN2 reaction, and stability increases. Stability increases. Note down, next point you note down. When electron withdrawing group is attached to transition state, that means SN2 mechanism or SN2 compound, electron withdrawing group is attached, then the reaction is SN2 reaction is more. For example, I will give you, I will write it. Imagine this is primary, not primary, this is methyl chloride, understood? Compared to methyl chloride, the reaction is more if that methyl group is attached to any electron withdrawing group. Methyl group is attached to any electron withdrawing group. Electron withdrawing groups increase SN2 stability, understood? Note down, stability increases, so SN2 reaction favors. SN2 reaction favors any electron withdrawing groups, you can write, understood? If electron withdrawing group is attached to this particular transition state, what happens? SN2 reaction is more. Apart from this point, normally it is given primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol having, tertiary carbon having more reaction. Imagine for that primary or secondary or tertiary, whatever you take, for in the presence of this particular any electron withdrawing group is one which having electron withdrawing group that having more SN2 reaction, possibility of SN2 reaction, because it gets stabilized, understood? No doubt. And one more important thing, next point. Note 4. Note 4. Okay, next point is very important one actually, note 4. Okay. In this particular, I already explained tertiary, secondary, primary, tertiary, secondary, primary, in which case SN1 reaction, primary, secondary, tertiary, in which case SN2 reaction, correct? No? Look at this two reaction in this particular. If tertiary carbon is there, tertiary carbonate, it always favors SN1. If primary carbon is there, then it is always favors SN2 reaction. Tertiary carbon is there, it always favors SN1. Secondary carbon is there, primary carbon is there, then it is SN2. If secondary carbon is there, there is a chance of SN1 and SN2 reaction. So in question you just check out whether the leaving group is attached to tertiary carbon or secondary carbon or primary carbon. If the leaving group is attached to tertiary carbon, then it is easily you will come to know that it is SN1 reaction. If the leaving group means halogen, understood? This is leaving group. If the leaving group is attached to secondary carbon, then it is attached to, for example, I will write tertiary carbon like this, CH3, 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 and this is chloride. If the leaving group is attached to this carbon, this is tertiary carbon, then which reaction it is? SN1 reaction. If the leaving group is attached to primary carbon, then it is which reaction? It favors which reaction? Then it favors SN2 reaction. SN1 reaction, if it is tertiary carbon, SN1, 2. If it is a secondary carbon, there is a chance of SN1 and SN2 reaction, and you have to find out whether it is SN1. One more trick is there. Okay, in this actually polar protic group, what do you mean by polar protic group, or it is a solvent actually? What do you mean by that? Means one which gives H plus is called polar protic. In ROH it gives H plus. So in this case acetic acid, it gives H plus. So these all solvent is present. This type of solvent is present means it is ready to donate H plus. So it is which one? Which reaction? SN1 reaction. Imagine non-polar means polar aprotic solvent. Polar aprotic solvent. One do not give H plus. For example, acetone CH3CO CH3. This is actually polar aprotic. There is no hydrogen. It is not ready to give. There is a hydrogen, but it won't give this hydrogen from this particular. Understood? So H plus, one which do not give H plus is called polar aprotic solvent. It always favors SN2 reaction. SN2 reaction. Note down this. Which solvent is used in a reaction, based on that you can identify. If acetic acid is used and they may ask which reaction it is, whether it is SN1 or SN2 reaction, you have to find out. Immediately you have to find out. If the acetic acid is the solvent, it is SN1 reaction. If acetone is the solvent, then it is acetone is then it is SN2. If imagine this is ether, then it is SN2 reaction. Okay, dimethyl sulfate, SN2 reaction. These are solvent. If it is used in a reaction means then it favors SN2 reaction. Dimethyl formaldehyde, dimethyl SN2 reaction. So by seeing solvent is used in a particular reaction, also you can identify as whether it is SN1 mechanism or SN2 reaction. Understood? Note down these solvents, very important. By just looking at that particular solvent, imagine this water is used, then it is SN1. Water gives H plus. Correct? No? So polar solvent, polar protic means one which gives H plus solvent always favors SN1 reaction. Polar aprotic, one which do not gives H plus, it always favors which one? SN2 reaction. Okay students, one more important concept here actually. I already mentioned RX react with the solvent. By seeing the solvent you can tell. If it is acetone, CH3, this one, acetone is nothing but CH3CO, CH3. Okay. If it is acetone, which mechanism it favors? SN2, correcta? If it is water, which mechanism it favors? SN1. But one more case is there. If it is water along with the acetone, water along with the acetone, which mechanism it favors? That question arises. It is SN1. Imagine if acetone alone is there means it is actually SN2. If water and acetone is there, then it is SN1. Understood? That you have to note down that point. Okay students, next is next note you point out, this one. Okay, next note actually. More is beta branching. SN1 mechanism favors. For example, imagine this is a compound, chloride. Okay. In this, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Imagine if I write this one like this. Here a compound is there. I am not explaining everything, writing the things. Understood? Okay. This is alpha, beta. The same I will write like this. Okay. CH3, CH. In this one you can see this. In which beta carbon? Alpha beta branching means in beta carbon more branches are there. Understood? This is first case, this is second case and third case. See, look at this beta carbon of each. This is beta carbon, only one carbon is there. Here beta carbon having this is beta carbon and one branch is there, CH3. Here this is beta carbon, first, second, correct? And one H, okay. Beta carbon, this is beta carbon. For this beta carbon, how many CH3 is attached? 2. That means branch is more. One which having more branch, it shows more favors which one? SN1. Which one favors more SN1? This one. Clear? It is very important. This is a point. More is the beta branching, more it favors SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction. Okay? No doubt. If electron withdrawing group is attached, for example, this is nucleophile, this is actually R and any halogen. In this one what happens? Here partial positive charge, here partial negative charge, correct? No? This is a transition state. If any electron withdrawing group is attached, as I told already, CHO, electron withdrawing group, what happens? It attracts electron, negative charge electron from this particular, and it stabilizes this particular. Stability increases, negative charge decreases, So what happens? Negative charge decreases, electron withdrawing group attached, then it is favors SN2 reaction. Here you note down, less branching, beta branching, SN2. Okay. Okay students, next note is if S character increases, then SN2 reaction, SN2 favors, SN2 is more. That means SP, in SP 50% S, SP2 33.3% S character is there, SP3 25% S character. So in which one S character is more? In SP hybridization, S character is more. So if the S character increases, it favors which reaction? SN2 reaction. They may give like this. Okay. In this 2, which one having highest SN2 reaction, highest reactivity, SN2 reactivity, which one? Here triple bond is there. Triple bond is where means it is SP hybridized. This is SP2 hybridized. So triple bonded SP hybridized is more reaction. And one more you note down, if electron withdrawing group is attached, then minus I effect, minus I means you studied in first PUC, inductive effect, it attract the electron from that particular. For example, minus I effect means CH, Cl, and here any aldehyde group is there means this electron get attracted through the bond to which side? To electron withdrawing group. That attraction of electron by electron withdrawing group, this bonded electron also, chloride is a leaving group. From this side, electron move towards which side? Polarity towards electron withdrawing group. So this is called minus I effect. Minus I effect increases, then SN2 mechanism. Note down, next note is, If any aryl halide is there, if any aryl halide is attached, for example chloride having electron, this comes here, what happens? It undergo resonance stabilized, and same time here what it forms? Aryl halide. It forms like this double bond, partial double bond, okay, partial double bond. So it is very difficult to break this chloride. So if the nucleophile come and try to attack to this particular, but what happens if there any partial double bond is there? It is not possible to break that bond. Leaving group is not ready to leave from that benzene ring. So it is not possible to attack of nucleophile to this particular benzene ring. So there is no SN1 or SN2 reaction by this particular aryl halide. Does not show. Write down aryl halide. Aryl means benzene ring is attached with the halogen. Understood? Aryl halide do not show SN1 or SN2 mechanism. Do not show SN1 or SN2 mechanism. Next, vinyl halide. Vinyl halide also do not show SN1 and SN2 mechanism. This is also possibility of coming here, form partial double bond. Another nucleophile will not attack to this particular carbon because already double bond is there. So what happens? Here to here electron comes. This electron where it moves? Not possible. If it moves like here also, and coming nucleophile, it is not possible to attack to this particular because already electron is there. Double bond is there. It is not possible to attack to this particular carbon. Understood? So leaving group stable. Clear? So what happens? Vinyl halide do not show SN1 and you just point out this one, SN2 reaction. Do not show SN1 and SN2 reaction. Okay, one compound is given, vinyl halide. At that time immediately whether it shows SN1 or SN2 or SN or none of this question appears. You have tried none of this. Understood? Okay. Next point is bridged halogen. This is called bridge. This side. This is called bridge. If bridged compound is there, halogen is attached to bridged compound, bridged position. Halogen attached to bridged atom do not show SN1 or SN2 reaction. Do not show SN1. So it is easy to find. If aryl halide is there, there is no SN1 and SN2 mechanism. If vinyl halide is there, there is no SN1 and SN2 mechanism. If bridged compound is there, there is no SN1 and SN2 reaction. No doubt. These are the point. If you know this condition, you can easily solve any problems.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.